Hello everyone! Lately you may have noticed the polls on my channel, and these are because I'm simply a rather curious person. So some time ago I wanted to figure out what roles and what jobs you like. So I started with this little poll that first asked just which role you preferred, then I went through every role step by step, getting your answers on what you like. Of course, over the course of this, I didn't get every person on my channel to answer, but the votes range from the lowest being 26 and the highest being 41, which I think is pretty good. And in this video I just kind of want to talk about the results. Now there is one peculiar thing about YouTube poll system. For some reason, it's not giving me 100% in every poll. Some of them I get the final result is 100% if I add everything together, and in some of them I get 99. My first poll was about the favorite role in the game. Your favorite role in the game was the tank at 33%, followed closely by the healer at 25%. Now, if the DPS are counted all together, then we have 41% of you in love with the DPS, but they are split down into the Melee DPS as 19%, the ranged physical at 8%, and the ranged magic at 14%. All in all, giving us 99% and one really annoyed content creator. I for one fall pretty squarely in the healer camp, mixed with the ranged physical as I tend to favor the dancer or the white mage, though slowly I'm favoring the white mage more and more. I guess there's just something about it. But now let's look at the individual categories. The first category I looked at was the tank. So, which is your favorite tank? We have 4 of them and we got 29 votes. And the numbers end up rounding up to 99%, again making one frustrated content creator. But your most popular tank is the paladin at 41%, followed by the warrior at 34%. Then we get the Dark Knight at 17%, and the Gunbreaker only gets 7%. Now the Gunbreaker might be the least popular because it's the most recent tank to be added to the game, as I believe it was added in Shadowbringers. Nonetheless, the all-time favorites are the Paladin and Warrior, which are the original tanking classes. Going into the healer, we got 26 votes, and this time the numbers do round up to 100. The White Mage gets solid 50%, being the most popular healer by a mile. This being my favorite job as well, it makes me very happy and proud. This is then followed by the Scholar, and not so far below the Astrologian and the Sage. Now it's kind of interesting that there is less difference between the expansion jobs and the original ones, but I did not expect to have the Scholar and the White Mage have such a difference between them. Though this difference might be accounted to the White Mage simply being an easier healing class to get into. It doesn't necessarily mean it's the easiest healing class or the best one or anything like that. It is simply the one that is most forgiving for new players like myself. I found that the Scholar and Astrologian can feel a little bit more complex to get into, while the White Mage allows you to be very reactionary in your healing, which is something that appeals to me but might not appeal to others. Going into the Melee DPS, we have 4 options, got 36 votes, and the numbers round up to a nice solid 100. When it came to your favorite Melee DPS, I will admit I was not really surprised because the Dragoons just look amazing. They have a cool story, they have a cool weapon, and when you have the Azure Dragoon simply representing your job, looking badass, it's really hard not to fall in love with it. Not to mention, it's just a really fun job to play. The second most popular was the Monk and the Reaper. I'm a little bit surprised. I did expect the Reaper to go a little bit higher, simply because of how excited everybody was for that one, and because it looks amazing, so I figured it might appeal to a similar crowd as the Dragoon. Though I have not played the Reaper much yet, so I don't know how the gameplay feels. Second to last was the Samurai, and final was the Ninja. I'm not surprised seeing the Ninja being the last one, as it has a rather unique fighting style that does not appeal to everybody. I think it's really interesting, and I can see those who like how the signs all were, and I hope they don't change it, because I think it's really important to have something complex like this in the way the Ninja is, for those who enjoy it. For me, I really don't like playing the ninja because it just breaks my brain. The physical range DPS ended up getting most votes with 41. Again, this rounds up to 100, which is nice, and I was kind of surprised how even all the jobs are. The dancer is the most popular at 39%, followed very closely by the machinist at 34, and then the bard at 27. This might be because all these jobs are kind of fun to play, and they all give their own unique flavor to the ranged DPS. The ranged DPS, though, being the least popular role in my original poll, I was surprised they would end up getting the most votes of all of them. The final poll was the magical ranged DPS, and this one actually really surprised me. We had 36 votes in total, and this one rounds up to 99, which is annoying. I did put the blue mage in there because even though it's a limited job, it is a ranged magical DPS. They only got 3%, which didn't surprise me at all. I expected them to be quite low. What I did not expect was the red mage to be at 58%, which is the job that came with an expansion pack, outranking both the jobs that came by the original game by a mile. As in, you can add all the black mages and the summoners together, and the red mage is still gonna outrank them in votes. That is amazing. So, all in all, I think we got a pretty nice range of people liking different jobs. It's nice to see how it kind of lined up, and I really want to do this polls again in maybe about a year, especially if my channel has managed to grow a bit. Then we can see if things have changed. But now, thank you so much for watching. Tell me if something surprised you. Do all the good UDP stuff. And tell me which is your all-time favorite job, because I really can't ask about that, because the poll system only gives me 5 options, and there are just way too many jobs in the game for that. And for now, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a lovely day.